New Year's, a very special holiday for a lot of people. And others, it might be something that's a little bit sad. And I like to cover a lot of the positives of life, the exciting, the entertaining, the what makes our everyday so fascinating and interesting. But a video got recommended to me by YouTube that I find very, very interesting. The title being, Hi YouTube, being alone on New Year's is not so fun. I haven't seen the videos, so I want to react with you guys together. But as somebody who spent quite a few New Year's alone, and I spent this last one alone too. But that being said, without talking more about it, we're going to be reacting to it. Original creators linked in the description. Make sure to support this creator in the description below. Their videos in there. And then if you want to support me this 2025 on our journey to 1 million subscribers by the end of 2025, all you gotta do is subscribe and be a part of the conversations. I read all the comments and everything down below. You know, that whole deal. Oh, and one last thing of housekeeping. I'll be setting up a Patreon to put some content that I can't put on YouTube or just I don't feel would do well on YouTube, but you guys will be extremely interested in. And there we can have some more unfiltered conversations. Anyway, let's get into it. Hi, YouTube. Being alone on New Year's is not so fun.
Hello YouTube! Today is New Year's Eve, and if you're
First off, love the Hello Kitty. Isn't that like the meme of like a Hello Kitty girl and then like a Warhammer boy or something?
in a different time zone, then it's already New Year's Day! Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year's.
I'm spending New Year's Eve alone again this year. I've never spent it with anyone actually. I've always just been alone in my room. I've never seen the ball drop or really done anything, so to me I guess New Year's Eve is just a dumb little holiday.
And I know a lot of people, as I just even hearing that myself got a lot of emotions because I know what it feels like. And gosh, I guess I want to say stuff. I want to talk, but I really feel for her. I think what she's really saying right now is like is a little bit deeper than we thought, right? So like for a lot of the world, New Year's is like a very it's not just about new beginnings, it's about the journey, right? It's the next chapter in all of our books. But for her, it kind of seems like she doesn't even see it as a chapter or even I guess something worth noting down in the book because she spent it in her room. Now, it is a luxury obviously to be able to spend it in your room sometimes. If we're looking at the scale of, some people might be working, yada yada yada, but I still think the point stands of like the emotion behind the holiday not being there and you can feel it. And I think that's something that's crazy.
So I don't really do much. I just stay in my room, watch videos on the internet. That's it. But there's probably a lot of people out there that are feeling the same way as I feel right now. And that's just lonely. Watching people do fireworks or just like get together and do cool things.
I think it's funny as somebody who's doing that myself, but I do it for I'm like making it a content thing. I do it for content now. But the thing is it's like there that was like hmm, for a long time that was like a subculture that existed in the world, like someone that's just more introverted, likes being able to look at the world through the internet, right? As like a lens into the world, and they felt comfort in that, right? But this is something I think that changed. I hope I'm making sense by saying this, but after the pandemic, you had people who were not introverted become extremely introverted, and then they don't really like the sitting at home looking into the lens through the internet. Whereas traditionally they would be somebody who would actually enjoy being more social and out and about in the world. So it's just I'm not saying this is true for her, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who have fallen into a different culture, like or I guess not culture, lifestyle that they wouldn't have otherwise been in, but because of the COVID pandemic, everybody was cooped up for like 2 years, depending on where you were. That they fell into the lifestyle that technically wouldn't fit them. Whereas like for other people, I don't mind sitting here in my room, like being, I still get antsy. I actually no, I lied. I would mind, but I don't mind if that happens every once in a while. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas like I do want to point out that there's a lot of people who might feel this way, and I felt like this for a long time. But it's even more prevalent today because of all the people that got stuck in that habit because of the pandemic.
I feel kind of jealous sometimes that some people can have such an like awesome human connection so easily. I guess this is what happens when you don't really go outside, but it kind of makes me sad. Today I'm a little bit sad. But oh well, next year's a new year. I hope next year's better for a lot of people, including.
And I think I will say this. I, for a long time, would get jealous of when I was younger. I would say like probably like 18 or 19, because this is when the internet was really taking off in regards to like really seeing other people's lives. But I was also, believe it or not, I was actually a very popular Instagram creator. I was one of the first people to get monetized on Instagram. But I fell into this rabbit hole because I was one of those. I was always on Instagram, but I was always comparing myself to other people. And ironically enough, the people I was comparing myself to was wealthy individuals who already had their life figured out before Instagram came around. So they were driving all these crazy cars, and I'm like one of the first ever monetized creators on Instagram. How the fuck am I not making money? How am I not driving this? How am I not doing that? And it's funny because I actually had a crash out deleting all my shit because I was just like, I can't seem to figure it out. I'm not successful, when in fact I was actually successful. And I let it get to me because I was so comparative and so jealous. And then I was like, you know what? Which, by the way, I wasn't even like posting crazy content. I was just posting like memes and some artsy photos every once in a while. But which, you should follow me on Instagram. I think I have it linked. I don't know. It's just GATO attack. You'll find me. But I say all that to say that it's really easy to fall into that trap. And I say easy because not that I'm trying to defend people for being jealous, because I think jealousy is a dangerous thing. But with the internet, social media, and everything being so more intertwined in our lives ever before, I don't blame anybody for falling into that trap. If that makes sense. Now, you could probably like let me know in the comments down below if you disagree with that. Maybe I'm being too easy on that. I'm not like, again, I'm not open to criticism or even people disagreeing with me. Maybe I am a little too forgiving and like too. I'm not trying to give excuses. Is what I'm trying to say. But like, I feel like this is where okay. I guess I'll just say it. I need your opinion on this, because maybe that's something like I give people too much slack on, but I do think that jealousy and social media, it has is part of our lives now. It's, which is ironic because I don't really have any. I only have Instagram as my social media app. So I just maybe I'm wrong on that. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments for this. This is something I've thought about before.
Me. I feel like this year was just not good.
Oh, and then I think 2024 for a lot of people was rough. For me, it was, my worst years were, well, I've had some pretty rough years, but I think in my adult life, the roughest years were from 19 to about, no, from 18 to about 2020. No, 17 to about 20. So I've had like I had a really rough 3 years at part of my adult life. Um, it was rough. It was extremely rough. I don't want to get into the details of that, but I know what that feeling that she has, right? I don't know what she's feeling. I can't feel exactly what she's feeling, but I had a similar feeling when it was like, I'm pretty sure it's 2018. So it was like 2018. God, my life sucks. I hope 2019 is better. Gets worse. Oh God, 2019 sucks. I hope 2020 gets better. Gets worse. God, I hope 2021 gets better. It gets better. It's not great, but it's way better than what it was before. So it's like, I feel that emotion, right? Like, I wouldn't say it's not sorrow, but a sadness that of you just have to that it's a sadness that comes with like having to wait for an outcome because we don't know what this next year 2025 for me has been such a great year. I've gained like 3,000 subs in like 5 days. Like that's fantastic. That's a great win, but at the same time like is that all I'm going to like I'm just using the channel as an example. The channel is not my whole life. But is that all I'm going to get for the rest of the year? And then that would be kind of disappointing on my part. I would feel defeated. But at the same time it's like even something small like that can have bigger effects. Or even just someone's life like this, they feel I guess I'm trying to explain too many things and too fast. But I hope you understand what I'm saying is like the victories that you hope to come can't come until the year progresses. So there's a sadness that you're stuck with until those victories happen in your life. If that makes sense, I hope that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
So let's hope and change ourselves so that next year can be even better than it was this year. And let's set some goals for ourselves so that we can strive towards something, not just aimlessly going up a hill. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year's, and I think that's a great point. To be honest, it's kind of corny, but a lot of like, when we were younger, we were always told set goals for yourself. You would be surprised how well that helps orientate your life on where you need to go. I'm not trying to be like a oh, get your life together type YouTuber, but I'm just speaking from my life experience. I've experienced a lot in the 29 years that I've been alive. Not trying to compare myself to other people, but drastically more than an individual should. Um, and I found that like when I was talking about the sorrowness of waiting, you could still try to create your own small victories until that big victory comes in your life. And the way you do that is by setting goals. For example, my goal this year is to upload every day. It's small, has no real impact on my everyday life. It's not my job. It's not like ruining friendships or anything. It's just what I'm doing. Like a thing that helps keep me guided on like, okay, oh, I gotta upload today and tomorrow, or I gotta upload tomorrow. So make sure I make time for this. And in making that time, I learned to calm down, focus on something other than my day to day, outside of you know what I mean. Like it helps detach me from my daily routine and allows me to relax and talk about things that I would have never talked about. So I think there is some benefits in setting goals, and you wouldn't know how beneficial it is until you try it and stick to it. It takes a lot of discipline. I always set a lot of small goals because I feel like that's the only way for me to feel that I'm accomplishing things because I don't like waiting for big ones, big goals, right? Not that I don't like waiting for them. It just hurts. It sucks. You get the sadness, you get the disappointment if it doesn't come sooner or it comes later. It's just that's my life advice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you resonate and connect with this video? Link to the description below of the original creator. Consider supporting her. I'll check you out on the next one. Bye bye.